of those 3 concept cars is presenting our new BMW form language. Yeah? Why do we have 3 cars? Clearly to mention the form language is new, but we have very clear specification to enhance the character on all those different products portfolio. So to get started with Z4, clearly freedom on 4 wheels, maximum driving pleasure, very strong focus, and the driver is the focus. And if you look at the side view of this car, you're going to see that the driver is actually literally in the middle of the car, and therefore it's a clear message: the driver is everything. What is quite iconic onto this car, and you see it right behind me, is the face. Of course, it's a BMW, so yeah, we have double kidneys, but we really translate them in a very new way. You're going to notice they're extremely low, they're extremely wide, and they're so wide that the headlamps are not next to each other anymore. We basically mounted them diagonally, and the double icons are not next to each other anymore, they are slightly above each other. Here's the clear message. When we're going to go look at the 8 Series and the X7, we clearly have the message: every BMW has very strong icons, but on all those new products, we reinvent them always specifically to give more character to the car. We are slightly enhancing the design themes of it, although we clearly say that what you see here today is previewing the production car, which is going to be launched next year. I say what you see is the essence of this design. So emotional is everything, and I can guarantee emotional gonna hit the street. The essence of the design we are displaying here today will be able to be found on the production car next year. It was a fantastic opportunity for us to create this car as an 8 Series, for the simple reason that it gave us the possibility to go no compromise. And one best example is actually the silhouette of the 8 Series. If you look at the height of the pavilion on the rear seats, we went 0 compromise. That means we really have an astonishing fast silhouette, and this really makes it truly sports car and no compromise. And that's the true story about the 8 Series, which is absolutely unique. Most beautiful perspective of the car is actually not the 3/4, which I love too, right? The 3/4 rear is amazing because you really see the proportion, the width of the shoulders on the rear, the boat tailing of the greenhouse. Again, it's a 0 compromise car. If we should have been a 6 Series, we probably would have liked to have more room for the rear passengers. Here we clearly say it's a sports car, no compromise. We have a very strong boat tailing of the greenhouse, which makes the car extremely low, extremely wide, extremely emotional from a form language standpoint, and this is really the essence of the 8 Series. This is the most beautiful detail I like in the car, actually. You know, we always capture icons from the past that we honor. We are very proud of our heritage, but every time we reinvent it in a very different way. And as you mentioned, kidneys is one good example, that all the 3 concept cars we have today on stage, they all have kidneys, but they're all completely different. Off-Meister kick is exactly the same thing. Obviously, no off-Meister kick on a Roadster, but on the 8 Series, it's fairly new. It's far more stretched. It makes the car looking even flatter, lower, and that always helps us like reinvent ourselves and make all our icons future-proof. X7 is a very good example. It's very grand in terms of presence. It's absolutely sophisticated in prestige, and there's an astonishing love to the detail with the second reed, third reed, fourth reed, all through the car. We really wanted to stage luxury with this car, and our take on that is luxury are the last 3% of the whole car. That's really what makes a luxurious car a luxury car. Well, the whole car has as a goal very strong presence, and to really translate this presence there are some cues that we can use, and one of them is obviously making the kidney grille a ground appearance, and that's why we went this way on the X7. We definitely didn't want to make an X5 long wheelbase because we do believe it's a great opportunity actually to give the X7 a very unique character and a very unique appearance. A very contemporary, modern, progressive luxury approach. That's why we went for that. And the slim headlamps are also helping us getting this very simplified, straightforward face, which gonna give a clear message of presence and sophistication for this car. So the interior design, clearly, first of all, we wanted to have this interior very light. It's a massive car, it's very big, at an incredible amount of presence, but we still wanted to have the interior very dynamic, very light-footed, very driver-oriented. It's a BMW, obviously, right? What we wanted, though, is to perceive the luxury approach had a lot to do with details. And that's why we spend a lot of time. For example, I'll give you one example. The upholstery, the leather trim of the dashboard and doors, the upper part, has a very sophisticated gold flecks in it. It's slightly reflective. And this leather is actually capturing the reflex of the exterior color, which is also has this gold fleck. Clearly stating interior and exterior getting together, and all the materials are highly sophisticated. Love to detail. That's basically the focus of the interior, to really make it a luxurious approach. But our take is definitely to go on a progressive luxury approach, so something very contemporary. And that's our take, that's what BMW is all about, and that's what we're gonna go for. Also, although the car has a very strong presence and a large footprint, we still want to convey a lot of dynamic to it, because that's BMW. And that's probably what might differentiate ourselves as a BMW brand, with a product true to its brand towards the competitors you mentioned. Connectivity and autonomous driving, those are two columns from our strategy number 1 next, which has 4, with shared and electrification. So this is truly our daily business. You see the first glance of it about digitalization on the X7. We have fairly large screens on the front. We have also screens on the back of the vehicle for the rear passengers. And the new thing to it is they are all connected. And this shows actually a glance in the future that not only the amount of screens or size of screens might increase in the future, the connectivity within those screens, so that connectivity within the car is going to basically grow, and the X7 is actually showing the first steps toward this direction, that communication can be moved from the rear to the front through touch screens and be shared.